Welcome to my extremely early solo flawless Sundered Doctrine guide. I'm going to be doing this one on Hunter, and I do intend to put out full solo flawless guides for Warlock and Titan as well. However, even if you do play Warlock and Titan, if you're eager to go and try in solo flawless right now, you can still watch this guide and get a lot of information from it, because not only am I going to go over a lot of the loadouts, some of which the weapons will be applicable to a Warlock run or a Titan run, but I'm also going to be going deep into every single strategy for every encounter, how to make every single encounter a lot easier when you're playing solo, the most optimal way, in my opinion, to go about getting through all of these encounters, and all of that good stuff. While I'm running through this initial area, I just kind of cruise through all these enemies, use Stylish Executioner, get a debuff kill to sprint past all of them, just saves a lot of time. I do want to mention, we're recording this guide live on my stream, twitch.tv/Mactics, and the reason that's super important is because by the time you're watching this video, or potentially a couple hours later, you will be able to come to this stream, twitch.tv/Mactics, and gift one sub to get the brand new Heretical Halation emblem that I'm going to show on screen right now. If you come in here and gift a sub after weekly reset on Tuesday, February 11th, which is likely going to be the day that you're watching this guide or after, that's going to be at noon Eastern. If you come in here and gift a sub, you automatically get that emblem added to your account. It's a pretty nice emblem. I think it looks really, really solid. So we'd love to see you stop by. And yeah, let's get to the guide. So encounter number 1. I personally do not use a map for this encounter. I have one that was sent to me by some of my viewers. This one was made by Kenshi, so shout out to Kenshi. You can screenshot this map and keep it up on your phone while you run this if you would like. It shows the most optimal lens placement and angle pathways to solve and connect each beam of light. Me personally, I don't think it's all that necessary, and the way I'm going to explain how I do this encounter is hopefully going to show why this is not that necessary, in my opinion. I don't think this could hurt, though, so I mean, it's completely up to you if you want to use it. I'm going to show how I go about this using my method, so I'm not having to look back and forth at a phone all the time. So as far as loadout goes for this encounter, you can really use whatever you want. On Hunter, personally, I love my Inmost Light Surturacne class item. If you don't have something like this, you can maybe just go with a Surturacne helmet, the actual exotic, if you would like, just because I think Woven Mail is extremely powerful. On my subclass, I like using Golden Gun, so I can one-tap, or 3-tap rather. It's actually a 2-tap. Any of the subjugators, specifically the Stram ones, are extremely scary. Threaded Spike is awesome for the Sever, so they deal 50% less damage. Grapple Grenade's nice for roaming around, because you do have to do a lot of running and moving in this encounter. Stylish Executioner and Winter Shroud, fantastic for going invis basically all the time. And then I like rolling with Protection, Dawn, Solitude, Courage, and Purpose. Disney, thank you for the gifted sub, by the way. My favorite weapon probably for this entire dungeon is the Scatter Signal Fusion Rifle, which if you played in Season of the Wish, you probably have the pattern for. If you did not play in Season of the Wish and you don't have it, you can really use any fusion rifle that you're comfortable with. However, if you want to get this specific one, you can get the patterns for it from the Star-Crossed Exotic mission whenever it comes up in the rotator. Mine has Controlled Burst and Slice is another way to apply Sever to targets, which is so powerful for a dungeon like this, in my opinion. I'm going with my Funnel Web, which is my personal favorite Void primary ammo weapon. The reason I love Void primary ammo weapons for this is because of the seasonal artifact. Really, really, really helps out Void weapons. And then for your heavy weapon, I like using Thunderlord for this, but for this particular video, I'm going to use my Eager Edge Sword just to make it a little shorter so I can swing past by the room, so this video is just not super long. If you're going for maximum efficiency in your loadout, I'd recommend Thunderlord or whatever heavy weapon you like to burn down the subjugators. Siphon and Loader mod, matching your primary ammo weapon. Heavy ammo finder. The scout doesn't matter because we don't have teammates because we're solo flawless, obviously. Focusing Strike and Bolstering Detonation for this particular build I like a lot. Double solar resistances. Scavenger matching whatever heavy weapon you're using. So since normally I'd be using Thunderlord, I have the Archon, but I guess I should switch to Void since I have the sword on. Innervation and Absolution. And then Reaper Powerful Attraction Bomber on the class item. For our artifact mod, and this will remain consistent throughout the entire dungeon, first column doesn't matter. You're going to want Volatile Marksman, Rapid Void Weapon Precision Hits, and Rapid Void Weapon Final Blows grant volatile rounds. Incredible for this build, because just by getting Weapon Final Blows, you're able to proc Stylus Executioner. I'm using it with my Funnel Web. You can go Recluse if you want. You can Word of Crota if you want. Totally up to you. I also like Unraveling Orbs for my Strand Fusion Rifle. Picking up an Orb of Power or a Tangle grants Strand weapons Unraveling rounds, which of course my Scatter Signal is Strand. Moving over here, I love Disruptor Spike, improves the effects of Exhaust and Sever. I believe it brings Sever from a 40% enemy damage output debuff to a 50% one, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely incredible. I also like Dreadful Finisher, defeating powerful combatants with your finisher, spawns special ammo. I also love Maligned Harvest, rapidly applying Volatile, causes your next instance of Void weapon damage to create a weakening burst. And I love Horde Shuttle, damaging unraveled targets with a weapon. Occasionally spawns a Threadling, which synergizes really well with this Unraveling Orbs here in my Strand Fusion Rifle. Finally, in the last column, Particle Reconstruction. Absolutely gigantic this season. #1 best artifact perk in the entire game right now. And I also love running Void Flux, where defeating weakened targets with a Void weapon applies Volatile to nearby targets. Now you can see why Void weapons are extremely powerful. So, with that loadout set up, I'm going to show you how I go about doing this encounter. So, if you know any bit about lore whatsoever, you actually don't really need to find the Grim for the very first puzzle solve, because you can just kind of look up here and complete yourself. So Blank worships Traveler. Sounds like Guardian to me. Sounds like the Guardian would worship the Traveler. So I'm just going to kind of run around in these rooms until I find Guardian. Would you look at that? It's right there. I could be wrong, I suppose. If I wanted to be extremely safe, then perhaps I would go and find the bat and make sure I'm 100% correct. But I'm like 99% sure it's Guardian. So generally speaking, I like to do the lens placements from end to start. So start being where I turn on the light and end being where it hits. Because if I'm doing it from end to start, I can kind of, without using the map, chart my path. So like I know that the light is going to have to go from here to here. And then I look here, I'm like, oh, okay, I can get the light to go from there. Where does that come from? Can see it through the wall, right? And then if I keep running, I'm like, oh, if I put a lens right here, I can send it through there to that wall. And like, you kind of get the idea. As you do more attempts of the solo flawless and the solo as well, you're going to become really familiar with this room, and you're just going to kind of like automatically know all the paths like the back of your hand. So like I just kind of automatically knew that one. And right here, I'm like, okay, I need to get a light to hit this lens. Boom, that one looks good right there. You kind of get the idea. So we'll rotate this one and get it ready. I also don't really love turning on the lights until I have all of the lenses in place, just because I never want to accidentally send the light into an incorrect wheel, which will make all of my lenses go away. Whenever my Goldie is up, I kind of like to use it to kill this dude. It helps when you don't miss all your shots, but is what it is, right? So we're going to pick up this lens here. I'm going to use my Tangle as a free grapple grenade. Like we said, we need the lens right over here. By the way, fun fact, I don't know if you notice, if you stand far away from the lens placement area while holding a lens, it'll ask you if you want to rotate. Whereas if you stand very, very close, that is what it asks you if you want to place. Another thing about these, by the way, that some people might not know, is you can see all of the angle options of the lens by looking at the base of it. It has these red arrows. Those red arrows tell you all the different ways that the lens can face. So right now it's facing that way. Just kind of tells you ahead of time, okay, these are all the places I know I can make the lens go. So now we'll shoot that. Laser beam hits that. It'll go left, go through the wall, and hit that one we set up. Boom, we're good to go. Now, I'm not even going to look at the riddle puzzle for this second one. I'm just going to immediately go into this room. This is my favorite room, by the way. I always like fighting the stasis ones. The strand ones are a lot scarier, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go into this room and start killing this guy and pick up his lens. I see that there's no Truth Seeker in here. The bat's not in here, but I am going to remember that this room is a pyramid. Now I'm going to go to the next room. And I'm going to go and take out this subjugator. I always like taking out all the trash mobs first, though, before I take out the subjugators. Getting lucky again that the bat is right here. I'm going to dodge so I proc the Sever on my fusion rifle, so this guy's damage gets cut by 50%. You can see the Horde Shuttle and the Unraveling rounds working in unison. Really, really nice. So Pyramid, that's really nice. Since I can't hold 2 lenses at a time and that one's going to despawn, I'm going to place that lens right there and pick this one up. The reason I placed the lens is because lenses don't disappear between phases necessarily. The only reason a lens ever disappears is if you send the beam of light through it and it completes the puzzle. So if I don't ever come back here for this phase, this lens will still be here moving into phase 3. So as you're roaming around, you always want to be killing all of the subjugators that you come across, dumping your existing lens into a position that you think you're going to eventually use, and then picking up the new lens, because chances are, eventually, that lens is going to be there to help you at some point. So you're going to notice, too, I'm always trying to use my debuffing abilities to kill these enemies, so I'm always going invisible in between kills. So here's that pyramid. Once again, I'm going to use that exact same pathing to do this one. So I'm going to place that right there. Then I'm going to take this lens. I'm going to take this tangle so I get a free grapple for mobility purposes. And then, as we know previously, this one is nice and easy. Another fun fact about these lenses, I don't know if most people probably know this, but wherever this horizontal bar on them, that is the back, meaning that the opposite direction is where the light will shoot out of. So we're going to rotate this again. That one's already lined up. Perfect. And so now we can kind of look up here, not necessarily have to find the second bat. We see Pyramid Drink. So what is the Pyramid Drink? If I'm not mistaken, if my live chat could help me real quick, it's Pyramid Drink Worm, right? Which again, if you don't intuitively know the lore riddle solves, you can just roam around, kill all 4 until you eventually find the bat. It's really not a big deal, but I believe it's worm. So I'm just asking to make this guide a little bit more quick. So once again, like I said, killing all these trash mobs first. I've got, and like whenever you run into a subjugator, my philosophy is like, might as well kill them, might as well get their lens. So I'm going to kill that guy. I'm currently holding a lens. I'm going to drop it right here. And then I'm going to run back over here and pick up this guy's lens. I basically always have a lens on me, if that makes sense. And now I'm going to roam over to the other side of the map to try and either find the Truth Keeper or just find out where Worm is, because I'm 99% sure it's Worm. There's the Truth Speaker. It is indeed Worm. But, like I said, we're in this room right here. This one is pretty much always useful, even though this is lined up at Traveler. We're not going to use it in this phase. It will remain there going into phase 3. So we might as well place it, because then we're able to kill this next subjugator and take their lens. So we're just kind of always grabbing the lenses as we move from room to room. Completely whiffed that right there. And so now with this one, we are going to place this lens, because I know we're eventually going to have to get it to Worm. And I'm going to start rotating it towards Worm, in fact, just because why not? And now I can kill this lens bear. That's why we're always picking up the lenses, and we're always kind of dropping them off as we go. So we're going to kill this fella, take his lens, and I know just kind of I've done this a couple times. And again, you look at this. Light's going to go to here. How do I get the light to here? Well, theoretically, I could go there, but I already know we're using that to hit the other one on the other side of the map. So I'm like, okay, I can hit that from here. Okay, how do I hit this one? Ooh, I can hit it from here. And you just kind of like, you draw your way back, if that makes sense. Is kind of my logic slash philosophy when it comes to determining what the best pathings are going to be. I really cannot hit my Goldie, can I? So now we're going to kill this fella, take their lens, make our way down. And again, I'm just going to kind of be like, okay, this one, let's see what we can, or rather, we'll look at these. I'm going to be like, okay, I see this one. I needed to get it in there because that's where it was coming from. So it looks like it's going to be that arrow. So let's get it facing that, because that is indeed an option. I think this is correct, by the way. This could be wrong, by the way. I think it's right, though. So boom, boom, should hit that one, should hit that one. Yep, good. And then we're golden. And so you'll notice, too, now that we're on to a new phase, now we're gonna have a completely clear board up there on top, in the original center of the room. So I'm gonna kill this lens bearer. And I'm gonna take their lens and I'm just gonna stick it here because chances are I'm gonna use it at some point. But if we come over here, like I was saying previously, I really want to do that special brick. Check this out. Even though it's a completely different phase, that lens that we put right there earlier is still there. So that's why we always place the lenses in positions where we're probably going to use them. Obviously, we don't 100% know ahead of time. But, like, this is here from last phase. So that's why we're always trying to pre-place lenses. So now we need to find the truth speaker. And I'm actually going to take my current lens that I'm holding, and I'm going to put it back here, because since I know we need 3, I know we either are going to have one in this room and one in that room, and I know that I can reach either of those rooms with that lens being there. Generally speaking, you should always have a lens right there for phase 3. So let's go and find the truth speaker. I think I see him flapping his wings over there. Excellent. And we have Hive. And I remember Hive Eyes was back in that top right room. So we're going to go ahead and smoke this dude just to get the lens, because why not, right? And honestly, I'll take it and I'll just dump it right here, because I know this is probably going to get used eventually, maybe. So like I said, we know Hive Eyes is in that top room. And if I'm not mistaken, we already had a lens placed in there. So I could just rotate this and use this one. I'd actually, I'm trying to like map it out in my head. I think I'd rather use this one actually to get there. Because, yeah, I think I'd rather use this one. I think I'd rather do this ping pong instead. So we're gonna angle this right there. Perfect. And we're gonna take this lens and we're gonna put it here now. And we're gonna switch this, we're gonna rotate this one because we do need to aim it towards the Hive Eyes. You know what, actually, I think I am gonna stick with this because I know I can hit this. You'll see long term. It's kind of hard. Trust me when I say you will get a feel for like the optimal pathings as you continue to do this. just trust me. Okay, so now we know that our riddle is Hive. So we're gonna find the next truth speaker. I don't know if it's possible for 2 truth speakers in the same phase to spawn in the same room. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna take this lens and dunk it here. Because as you can see, that eye symbol is still there. I haven't paid enough attention to know if a truth speaker can... I don't think they can. But then again, it's like a, what, 1 in whatever chance? 1 in 4. So... Or, well, no, it'd be rare. It'd be 1 in 16, right? For it to spawn in. There's a 1 in 4 chance to spawn in one room the first time, and then another 1 in 4 chance to spawn in that room again. You get the idea. And anyway, just yapping now. So we're gonna find next truth speaker. And honestly, after the second truth speaker, you don't really need to find the third usually, because you can usually kind of like solve the puzzle. If that makes sense. So worship. Worship is right here. Cool. So I'm going to place this here. And this actually works out really nice. Because then I can take this lens. I know I have to hit this one. So now I know I can use either this or this. And I know that I'm going to use this one because I know my third one has to be in either that room or that room. And I can get to either of them with this one. So I'm 100,000% going to use this one. So we're going to start rotating it a little bit. And I'm thinking I can hit... does this hit? How does this hit? Okay, so that'll hit this one. And then I can go... I'll place this. This is probably suboptimal placements, by the way. But it's okay. And so that should go down into that one. Yep, looks like it's angled that way. So then I hit this one. I do need one more lens, though. I highly recommend, by the way, killing all of the ads before you start working on the subjugators. I'm trying to rush a little bit just for the sake of making the video a little speedy. But when you're doing your actual attempts, yeah, like I said, I highly encourage you to just be, like, disciplined and kill all the ads, because these dudes can really mess you up, even when you have the double solar resistances. So boom, we've got this lens now. And we're going to stick it right in here. And then this one's going to go hit through the wall to hit that one that we already have set up. Rotate it one more time so it's angled perfectly that way. And then looks like we have our line set up. So boom. Hit that down there, through that wall. That's going to go up to the right on that one. And we're good. So now here's the time where we can kind of look at the puzzle and be like, Hive worships blank. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. That one's maybe not as obvious. Do the Hive worship darkness? Do the Hive worship the worm? Do the Hive worship the witch queen? This is one of those situations where, I mean, like, if you know, there's probably only one hard-coded solution, but off the top of my head, I wouldn't really know it because I feel like all three of those answers that I just listed are options. I feel like it could be Hive worships dark. So I'm going to kill this lens bearer and dunk this lens as if that is indeed one of the options. Now I'm going to start prepping this road. I'm going to go invis while I continue to rotate this. That looks like it's going the right way. Let me rotate this again, because I need this to go into that wall. But these guys are not being very cool. Quite annoying, in fact. So let's find... I mean, the true... if we are correct in assuming that it cannot be in a room that... Yeah, so it being in this room, I think it indeed cannot be in a room that... Yeah, it is darkness. Okay, cool. It cannot indeed be in a room that has already had a symbol revealed in it in that phase. It seems. Could be wrong. But. Okay, so here we're gonna look this way, it looks like. And then take that to this one, which... Ooh, uh-oh, okay. No, this actually works out fine, because we're actually gonna go into this, and then this one will go through that wall and hit that one, which will then hit this one. Sorry. It'll come through that wall, it'll come out here, hit this one, go in through there, hit that one. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Goldie for this fella. So we're going to turn this one preemptively to aim it right at there. Generally speaking, like, I think there's a couple situations where you can get yourself stuck in having to do all three because you do have to use a different starting lens for each one. Otherwise, the light will turn off. But I think for the most part, you are good on literally any path. So we hit that. That should turn on. Hit that one. That one goes through the wall. I'm going to try and show the path that I had in mind so you guys can see it. Came and hit this. Wait, how was it going through there? I might have messed up my pathing. Either way. Oh, I see what happened. I had it angled at this. I think it hit that one. And then that one went through the... Either way, it would have worked. Because if it hit that one, it would have gone into that room. And then from this room, it would have gone that way, as I showed you guys. But I think what I actually accidentally did is I think I hit that one. It went from there to here. From there to here. And then there, and then there. So it worked out, but not the path I had intended. Yeah, definitely a bit of a lengthy encounter. As you get more comfortable with that, I would heavily recommend going Eager Edge Sword over maybe like a traditional heavy weapon, just because being able to swing around does save you a lot of time traversing the map to get the lenses in place and whatnot and all that good stuff. Now, I highly recommend watching this transition area because there are a lot of spaces that can kill you if you're not careful. This is going to be a tricky one, by the way, so I'm going to grapple back up just to show you guys. This puzzle right here is very confusing and very easy to get lost in. Trust me, I would know. So I'm going to show you the easy path to get through it. As you drop down, you're going to see this little yellow light right here. It's not going to be on the other side. So you see this yellow light. You go forward until you hit the wall, and then you turn 90 degrees right, and then you go forward until you fall down. And then you turn 90 degrees right. You go forward until you hit the intersection. And then you turn 90 degrees left. And then you go forward until you hit the red light. You jump up. You do not go underneath. You jump up at the red light. And then there's only one path that you are allowed. That's a dead end. And that is the easiest way through. I know that seems really simple, but trust me. I've probably spent 10 minutes being lost in there, so I think that will be helpful to most people. So I like to skip all these enemies. Eager Edge, Grapple Grenade, you can kill them. There's not really like a most efficient, safest way to kill them. Maybe a more long-range weapon, but yeah. Follow this way. Drop down this hole. And right here, be a little careful. Don't, like, jump too much. You'll usually, like, hit this and it'll slow your fall, but you definitely don't want to fall down there because then you runs over. And then you run over here to the very end, turn to the left 90 degrees, go through that hole. That's going to be a nightmare for warlocks, by the way. And then we're at the Temple of Doom part. Easiest way I like to do this, wait for this one to go completely, and then I like to jump in the first cubby on the left, wait for the next ball to go, then I like to go second cubby on the right, wait for the next ball to go, and I like to go third cubby on the left. Wait for the next ball to go. And then go ahead and sprint on through the hole. I'd highly recommend against trying to take that faster than you need to. Don't be silly. Then we're here. Anytime you see a chasm, that means a ball's gonna roll through. My general rule is wait for the ball to roll through, count to 1, and then you can jump. And then here we got like a double chasm, so I wait for both to roll. And then I really like to Eager Edge Sword past that, just to make sure that I clear it nice and easy. And then big old hole you gotta jump over. And then we're right here. Don't die on this part. Don't underestimate this. There is an ogre that spawns in this part. There are knights on this part. Don't take these fellas lightly. That ogre can beam you. Don't be silly. Just play it smart. Come over here, kill all those acolytes, kill this wizard. Pick up heightened knowledge. We have grief. My clan and I call this symbol Kanye, by the way, because he's heartless. Grief and kill. Kanye and kill. So I see kill right there. Shoot this, so it's rotating the other way. I need 2 stacks in here. Get that dunk. I heard the ogre spawn behind me as well, so I make sure I keep an eye out for that. Maybe just hit the Goldie to put him to bed nice and easy. Hit all body shots. Perfect. And then let's head on back over here. Dunk. Now we have the kill symbol. Now it looks like we need 2 dunks for Kanye. We have double wizard here, nice and easy, so we can get brimming knowledge, which is our 2 stacks. On the left side of your screen, heightened is 1, brimming is 2, overflowing is 3. Need to reverse the direction of this, hit the dunk, and we are on to the next encounter. The number one thing I want to tell you about this upcoming encounter is those sticks that you pick up from the wizards to get heightened knowledge, brimming knowledge, and overflowing knowledge. Powerful attraction picks them up. As such, I recommend against using powerful attraction for this encounter, because you never want to be in a situation where you have a certain amount of knowledge stacks, you know you need to go to dunk them, you know you only need 1, for example, because you only want to move it once, and oh no, you need to use your class ability for whatever reason. Oh, but you don't want to use your class ability because if you do, then you're going to scoop up all of the nearby sticks, and then you're going to have too many stacks. That's a bad spot to be in. So I recommend against powerful attraction for this encounter. I personally like it a lot better without powerful attraction. You're going to notice we're back on the Omnioculus. I do admit I drag Omnioculus as much as the Score Esports drags videos about Faker and T1, but it's because it's really, really, really good in this encounter. It is by far the best loadout I felt like I had with this encounter. It might not be the fastest, it might not be the most DPS, but it is the best for surviving. And when you're looking at a solo flawless, you want what is best for surviving. Now, before I talk about the loadout, I want to talk about a bug that Bungie has announced that currently exists with these Shrieker bosses. And that bug is that when you shoot them in the eyeball and you get a bigger number from crit damage, you're not actually doing that much damage because you're not actually hitting a crit. Because for whatever reason, Bungie messed up, I guess, and these bosses are unable to be crit even if the game tells you that you are critting them and you're hitting a higher number. What I don't know, however, is if the bug is that the game says you are critting them, even though you're not critting them, and you are supposed to be able to crit them, or if the bug is telling you that you are critting them, despite you not critting them, because you're not supposed to be critting them. So, if they do a patch down the line where these bosses are now able to be crit, it does change the weapon landscape for these a little bit. It brings crit weapons into the mix as potentially more favorable options. But as we sit right here, where it is impossible to crit them, no matter what the game tells you you're doing, I find that the number one weapon to use here is Anarchy. For 2 reasons. 1, Anarchy doesn't care about crits, and 2, you can just stick it and forget it. You don't have to look at them and continuously DPS. You stick the Anarchies, and then if you have ads up, you can go chill and ad clear. If you don't have any ads up, you can just hide and let the Anarchy do the work. It is by far the safest option. Great ammo economy. It's immaculate. So, right now I'm using Anarchy. This could be subject to change, like I said, if Bungie patches this boss, but right now, Anarchy for me. Now, rest of the loadout, sticking with the scatter signal, it's insane for this encounter. 4 taps the ogres, 2 taps the knights with, as long as you have particle free construction, so good. Sticking with my funnel web because of all of the synergies that we get from Void on the artifact. As far as my Omnioculus setup, it's mostly the same that I always run: Deadfall, Gambler's Dodge, Vortex Grenade, Trapper's Ambush, Vanishing Step. Echo of Obscurity is massive here for getting free instances of Invis. I'm going to show you guys how you can make the most out of it in this encounter. Starvation is massive. Any orb of power equals Devour, so you can go on killing chains with your not really worrying about going Invis in between them because you're always getting healed. Persistence, obvious one, increased invis and devour duration. I like Dilation for the bonus mobility to keep me at 100 mobility. You could, however, if you want to, totally run Echo of Undermining, so you can chuck the grenade at one of the Shriekers to weaken them during your DPS phase. I'm going to stick with Dilation because I prioritize extra survivability. More mobility means more dodges, which means more invis, which means more snare bombs, which means more Trapper's Ambush. And it means more Reaper procs, which means more Devour. I prioritize more survivability over a little bit more damage personally, but that is your call to make if you would like. As far as mods go, Siphon and Loader mods match our primary ammo weapon. We're going with Void. Heavy Ammo Finder, of course. Focusing Strike, Bolster, and Detonation. Arc Weapon Surge and Arc Scavenger for the Anarchy, along with an... I shouldn't have Innervation on. I should have Insulation on, my bad. And Reaper time dilation, since remember we're not going with powerful traction, we don't want to accidentally scoop up those sticks. And Bomber. My resistances, I like Solar, because there is a lot of damage from the Shrieker bosses, and they do solar damage. And I like Arc, because there is a lot of damage from Wizards. Solar also helps with the Grim damage, and it helps with the Reaver damage. You might think you want to run a Void resistance to help with the Ogre damage. But not only are you really never taking a lot of damage from Ogres with this build, because if Ogres are up, you're always prioritizing them and burning them down and killing them. But also, if you play this properly the way I show you to play it, you're pretty much never going to have Ogres up, period. Now, I've seen a lot of strategies for this encounter. Some involving just doing kill immediately and just spamming DPS phases. Me, personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. The reason I'm not a huge fan of that is because if you're only focusing on spamming DPS phases, chances are you're not worrying about what your symbols are on any of the other wheels, which means the other wheels are typically, the entire time, going to have unfavorable symbols on them. It could have Brain, which, by the way, just to clear up any misconceptions and confusion on the symbols, Brain spawns bonus Wizards and Knights. Commune makes the Shriekers shoot Seeker Bees. Hive is what spawns the Ogres on each side. And then I'm missing one. Kill starts DPS, obviously, and Stop is not only extends DPS, but it just stops most adds from spawning, aside from the regularly timed set of 1 Grim per side and 3 Reavers per side. So I'm going to show you how I like to do it, and how my philosophy of doing it goes when it comes to making sure that there are basically never any adds up, and I have safe DPS phases every single time. So, we're going to hop down. Step 1, we're going to get that initial add pack spawn, which is going to be 1 Grim here, here, and here, and 3 Reavers on each side. I always like to start with a dodge, so that I can proc Reaper, so I can get a weapon final blow, so I can pick up the orb and get devoured. So we're going to hit that dodge. There's that orb for me. Now I have Devour. The Grims are basically always my #1 priority, because if they hit me with Tinnitus, then I can't use any of my abilities, which means I can't emergency invis at any point. So I always try and focus them. I always love playing back here as well. We're going to clean up all these Weavers. And then anytime you see that lock set progression hit a quarter, it typically always means at least 1 Wizard is going to spawn right here in middle. I always love doing 1 Fusion Rifle shot, followed by taking out with my SMG. The Fusion Rifle shot staggers it. Initially, you're always going to get 3 Wizards on your very first run. Here, I'm in a bit of a scary position. We're going to go Invis, hit the Echo of Obscurity. Right here, I always try to get Stop on this first wheel right away. Unfortunately, I can't. So, I'm actually going to leave it on Brain. It's really tough to do a 3-dunk on the very first wheel of your very first try, because you have to get the Wizard on left, the Wizard in mid, and the Wizard on right. And getting the Wizard on left and running all the way over is really difficult. So I'm going to play up close here a little bit to try and thin out some of these scarier mobs. And now I'm going to get my 3-stack, my Overflow in. And I'm going to try, I always like to try and keep this Wizard in the middle dead, because she has an angle on me pretty much everywhere. And then we'll take out that Wizard. Turns out now I only need 1 stack to get to Stop. So we're actually going to dump our Overflow and get our 1 stack. Pick up this Orb for Devour. Kill that Acolyte to extend our Devour. I really want to kill this Knight just so he's not on the map. Dodge. I also highly recommend you're always invisible when you dunk the buffs, because you're in that state of, like, you can't move. Right here, I see that I need 2 to get to Stop. You basically want all of the wheels on Stop always, starting with the rightmost one and working your way down to the leftmost one. So I know both of those are on Stop now. Now I'm going to try to get this one to stop. Like I said, I'm going to go Invis before I do the dunk so that the Shriekers are not firing at me as I'm dunking. And another thing, too, is when you go into the DPS phase, whatever the wheels are on when you go into the DPS phase, that is what they are going to switch to as you go into the DPS phase. And the symbols of the wheels will always switch whenever the Shriekers look at them. So see this one looking at this one? There's a chance that it just switched the symbol. Turns out it didn't, so I'm good to go. Don't have to worry about that one. But you always want to be running down the line, monitoring the symbols on all of your wheels. As you can see, it's very easy to do so when you don't have any ads. And it's very easy to not have any ads when you make sure that you always have all the symbols on. So I got stop right there, stop still right here. Stop on there, so we're not going to get any ads other than the wizard that always likes to spawn in mid for 2, 3, and 4. So whenever lockstep progression reaches 25%, 50%, or 75%, you always get a wizard. And then you'll occasionally get this pack of ads that will always... They just kind of... These ads spawn on a timer. The Grims and the Reavers, there's nothing you can do to stop them from spawning. So right now I'm trying to get my Devour buff back before I worry about anything else. I can do that with a Void Weapon double kill from Siphon, or I can do that with Reaper. So there's my orb. And I'm just checking on my wheels again. And so now I see that stop is filled in right there. Let's kill this wizard real quick. So I know that this one is then going to get filled in right here, which is going to be kill. I have 1 stack, dunk it in. Now, when it reaches the full bar, we're going to have DPS phase. But remember what I said, whenever it hits a wheel, it can change the symbol. So we're going to check here. The symbol could have been changed. It wasn't, so we're good to go. We're going to check this one. Could have been changed. Good to go. Because having all of these on stop going into the DPS phase means that when we hit those increments in the DPS phase, 25% through lockstep progression, 50% through lockstep progression, 75% of the way through lockstep progression, boom, it just changed. See what I mean? So now we're monitoring it. Now we're like, okay, nope, let's put it back on stop. Because we want to make sure that when it gets to this wheel, it doesn't proc brain, because then it'll spawn knights and wizards. We want it to be on stop, because then it'll spawn nothing. So we got kill. We got the pack of ads spawning, so we're going to try and dispatch this right before DPS phase. Even if DPS phase starts, I'm going to probably have my main focus on killing ads, not doing DPS. Because I don't really want to DPS with ads up. So even though DPS phase is a go, I'm mainly focused on killing the wizard. Then we can do our anarchy shots. I like to do 2 per shrieker. And then we can just kind of hide right here. You can also, if you have ads up, you can proc Reaper. And that'll give you a stack of armor charge, so your anarchy damage is increased by that arc surge. So I love just, like, letting these anarchy shots fly in, and then chilling in, like, the corner right here or something like that. Letting the anarchy do all of the work. You're going to notice I have Tether as my super as well, and I really haven't used it at all so far. Reason for that is I keep my Tether for emergency situations where we get a boatload of ads to spawn. We're only halfway through the DPS phase, by the way, so you really can take your time with these anarchy shots. If you have ammo on the map, extra bricks, like this DPS phase, when you have triple stop, lasts forever. So we're just kind of letting the anarchy shots fly in. I really want another instance of invis, so I'm going to run up to one of these Reavers, maybe a little risky, and hit the dodge, so I go invis and I get the smoke bomb. Another thing you can do as well, and this is where the Echo of Obscurity comes in, is we can just use finishers on these Reavers as our free invis fuel. So there's one DPS phase. Honestly, I wouldn't even say it's my best DPS phase, to be honest. That was a little shaky. But as you can see, very respectable amount of damage. This is a very simple 5, probably 4 to 6 phase, depending on how lucky you get with your ammo drops. Feels really, really good. Immediately after you're done with DPS phase, you want to get 1 stack of knowledge and immediately look at, sorry. The first thing you want to do is clear out any ads, if you have ads up. And then you want to get 1 stack of knowledge and try and see what symbol you've got going on. I'm going to use my Tether right here just to make things a lot safer. See what we got going on here. Perfect. We can set it to stop right away. Now we can start working on the other wheels. So this one is on blank. We'll take blank. The third one's always on blank, if I'm not mistaken, at the very beginning of a new phase. I accidentally picked up that brimming knowledge right there, so now I have 2 stacks. Let's see what we can do with it. That actually works perfectly for us, because we can put it to stop. Now, I don't want to dunk it yet, because I do need to reverse the order to put it into stop, and I don't want to do that unless I'm invis. So I'm going to get that Acolyte weakened real quick, so I can get a free instance of invisibility with my finisher, because we didn't have any cooldowns available. And then we can safely make that dunk. So now we're going to pay attention to this wheel right here. We need a triple going the other way to get it on stop. And like I said, we always want stop. So we're going to dunk that in. Now we have ogres. I want to retreat a little bit here because I don't have any invis cooldowns. Now I have my dodge. So I'm going to play the dodge. We're going to get rid of this wizard and some of these reavers right here. We're not going to back up too much, though, because we don't want to give the ogres an angle on us. And then we're just going to use our fusion rifle to absolutely smoke the ogres. This scatter signal tears them apart. And you're putting slice on them as well. So if they do manage to get some hits on you, very risky right there. I probably should have went invis a little earlier there. It's my bad. Focusing on the middle wizard, focusing on the Grims because I don't want them to give me tinnitus. And now we're stabilized. There were 2 stacks right there, stacked on top of each other. So we do have brimming knowledge now. We have stop on there. Let's see what we can do with the brimming knowledge. Typically, I always like to be holding 1 stack. That's already on stop, so I don't want to touch that. But I can reverse this and put my brimming knowledge in here because it's all on brain, and I can just put it on brain again, which doesn't hurt me. Then I kind of reset my stacks, which is really nice. And what I can actually do here also is I can get another 2 stacks and shift it over here to stop. So now when it comes back around, when that lockstep progression bar comes back to this Shrieker, once it fills up all the way, now I won't even be on brain. I won't get wizards and knights. It'll be on stop, and I'm chilling. Now, once again, I'm checking my wheels. That one's still on stop, so we're good. This one just moved a hive. So if we come back to this one, we're going to get ogres. That's why you always want to be monitoring the wheels. So we'll put it back on stop. This is how you make sure that you basically never have ogres. At the current moment, I am low on invis cooldown, so I'm going to hit my dodge, tag that guy, get the finisher for Echo of Obscurity, free invis. That one's still on stop, so we're chilling. We have new adds up. I have Devour. So because I have Devour, I know I can play a little bit more aggressive. I know we have Grims up, though, and I really want to heavily push the Grims because they are very scary. The Grims, when they tinnitus you, like that can smoke your run basically. Because if you get tinnitus and you don't have Devour, or you do have Devour but you don't have anything readily available to kill, you can't use any invis cooldowns because it disables all your abilities while you're tinnitus, and then you're just kind of screwed. So this one just changed right here, I saw. Now that's on hive. We don't want that, so we're gonna switch. Make sure we're always monitoring the wheels. The wheels can change, sorry, not when the Shrieker looks at it, but when the Shrieker closes. That is when the symbols can change. So now we need to get to kill. So we need 1 more stack. And we should have a wizard spawning here right now. Because we are... a new Shrieker just opened, according to lockstep progression. So we should get a wizard to spawn right here. Come on. There we go. And we have new adds up as well now. So let's kill that Grim. Let's get it out of the way. First things first, I want to dunk in here just to make sure we're on kill. But I think I did it a little too late, actually. So I think I am going to have to wait for another full rotation to go. Nope, never mind. Got it just barely in time. Like I said, even though DPS phase is on, I'm much more focused on keeping the ads clear and making sure I Devour up or something of that nature. I'm going to tag him up a little bit just so I can get an invis finisher, so I'm still safe. Hit a little dodge. So I messed up a little bit by not monitoring this 3rd wheel. And as you can see, it's on hive now, which means I will get ogres to spawn here in a bit. But that's okay, because we're still going to have plenty of time to do a whole lot of DPS. Using the invis to stay safe. I'm actually going to run up on this Reaver right here to hit a dodge, just to make sure my invis cooldowns are good. I'm actually going to drop 2 Anarchy shots on this Ogre just to dispatch him immediately, so this side becomes infinitely more safe. And I know there's a Grim behind me, so I need to be very aware of that. Grims won't take you out of invisibility, but like I said, they prevent you from using abilities, so I wouldn't be able to go invis. I'm going to tether this Ogre. That's why I have the tether, and that's why I'm not using it to increase my DPS on the Shriekers. You can if you'd like to, but me personally, for me, solo flawlesses are all about safety, so I like using the tether to just make sure that I'm always ready to, if I get a lot of ads spawn in an area, I can just smoke them and then I'm chilling. So we're going to kill these Grims. We're going to get this wizard to spawn right here, right out the gate, get our 1 stack, and then we're going to immediately take a peek at this wheel. Turns out we need 2 stacks, so we're going to wait for 1 more wizard to spawn. We are going to reverse the turning of that, though. And I really want to find something to dodge next to get my smoke bomb back. We'll then finish her, so we get Echo of Obscurity. Here's my second wizard, so I can get Brimming Knowledge, and I can put that other wheel on stop. This entire encounter is all about managing the wheels and making sure that they are always on stop. Aside from the first wheel, which, or sorry, not first wheel, the leftmost wheel, which you always want to be on kill after you make sure that the other 3 have stop on them. And again, if you mismanage one of them like I did, as you saw, it's really not the end of the world. It just means you need to shift your focus from dealing DPS to cleaning up ads. That's all it means. So I'm playing a little aggressive here, a little fun and frisky, because I do have Devour. Ordinarily, I would say be a little careful playing like I am, but I do have Devour, so I'm okay kind of playing a little aggro, because I know that as long as I have something to kill. I saw that Grim to my right. Not going to let him tinnitus me. Another wizard spawning up. Like that volatile do it. This is why void weapons are so incredible for this. I know this one's already good, so it looks like I need a triple right here. So I already have heightened. There's my brimming. I'll kill this wizard for overflowing. Is that an ogre? Oh boy. So that means there must be a hive symbol on wheel number 2. So we are going to... I have my dodge up, so I'm comfortable attacking the ogre this close, because I know I can just dodge right there. If he does start to aggro me, I now want to shift over here and kill this other ogre. I'm just going to tether just to make sure it's completely safe and he goes down quickly. And then going to use my... I love using the fusion rifle to take out the Grims and the wizards when I need them dead quickly. I've got my Devour up. Now we're going to clear out this middle area, especially the wizard. And we're going to get our 1 stack, so we always have heightened knowledge. Stop is still on there. Stop is on there. Let's take a look at the wheel over here. This is on commune, but we can make it stop. But, like I said, don't want to dunk unless I'm invisible. So I had to come out of invisibility to shoot the wheel to make it go the other direction. Hit our dodge next to that wizard to not only give us a smoke bomb back, but to give us invisibility so we can safely make that dunk. Heightened knowledge right now. I honestly, I'm going to try for a dunk here. See if I can get that to hit kill in time. Nope, I think I missed my window of opportunity, which is okay. I could have gone for an early DPS phase right there. But honestly, it's fine that I didn't, because looky here. This wheel is on hive. Ogres would have spawned during my DPS phase. Now they won't. That one's still on stop, so we're good to go. Let's get 1 more stack just so we have it on deck. That wheel's on kill, so we're chilling. That's on stop, so we're chilling. So, yeah. It's pretty much... It's the best way to play it. By a mile. And then you can just kind of sit here and chill. I mean, really nothing you have to do. So now that the this second lock closed, I'm going to see if this changed. It didn't, or it probably did change, but it changed in a way where it landed on stop once again. Oh, actually, no, it probably just changed. Because stop makes the locks change a little slower, which is why they extend your DPS phase. It's by far the best symbol. Not only do they extend your DPS phase, but they prevent ads from spawning during your DPS phase. With the exception of the the regular ads, the Grims and the Reavers, nothing can stop them. They're just on a rotation. They're on a timer. So we're on stop there, kill there, stop there, and here we have brain. So let me fix this. So we're back on stop, and we're about to go into DPS phase. This is actually perfect, because I just got an orb from that guy, which means I have my weapon surge. Double anarchy on all the shriekers, go into our hiding position, and just let the anarchy do the work. It's so safe. Get that guy out of there. Just gonna chill right on here. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can hit 2 there, and then jump up and hit 2 on there, and then come back over this other way. And in fact, I am going to be a little bit more aggressive because look at all this heavy I have. And we're only halfway through DPS phase, by the way. If you look at that lockstep progression at the top of the screen, only halfway through DPS phase. This is our 3rd phase, reminder. So we're looking at like a 5-phase angle right now. If we keep getting heavy like this, it actually might become a 4-phase. So I'm actually going to tether this right here, just so I can prioritize DPS a little bit more. Because my tether will go ahead and take care of most of these enemies here, so that I can just focus on letting the Anarchy rip. I am going to pick up this orb, though, not only for Devour, but also for the Weapon Surge for my Anarchy. And look, like, lockstep progression still only at 75% through the DPS phase. I mean, like, it lasts forever when you have quadruple stop, or triple stop, rather, sorry. I'm gonna tag this Weaver so I can get a finisher, free invis, Echo of Obscurity. And that'll do it. Get another free invis. Let's dodge next to this guy as well, so we get a smoke bomb back. And we're gonna nuke this wizard with our fusion rifle right away. Get 1 stack, so we have heightened. We're gonna check out this wheel. I immediately see that we need 2 stacks, so we'll just inch up just a tiny bit to get our second. I'm gonna use, this is what I was talking about with the Echo of Obscurity. I want to dunk in this wheel, but I refuse to dunk unless I'm invis. It's just too dangerous. So we butter that guy up, use him for a free invis cooldown, and then we get a dunk without having to waste invis cooldowns. Do the same thing with that wizard, and now I'm just gonna chill out. Now I'm just gonna chill out and focus on ads. I don't have Devour up right now, so my #1 priority is getting Devour right now. I see there's an orb right there. I'm gonna be very careful about getting it because I don't want to accidentally pick up the knowledge, because I'm currently at 1 stack and I want to stay there. You can always pick up more stacks. You can never get rid of them unless you dunk them, and then if you dunk them, you change your situation. So that's why I always just like holding on to 1. You could alternatively hold on to 0 as well if you'd like. I like holding on to 1 though, because if I run to a wheel and I see like, oh, this wheel is needs a 1 stack adjustment, then I'm already there. I already have the stack. I can do it. Alrighty. So here we go. Here's... Okay, we could have done a 3 stack or a 1 stack. Little risky dunking that right there without going invis, but I think we're okay. I'm going to try and dust this ogre real quick. I don't like that the wizard and everything to the left of me is alive, though. So I'm going to retreat a little bit, play my invis cooldowns, kill the stuff that's on my doorstep, the wizards. I'm going to make sure I'm doing it quickly, though, and make sure I'm aware of my surroundings, because the ogres will eventually push around and get me. So we get that ogre. New wizard up. Just making sure I'm checking to make sure there's not an ogre right there. Now I have my tether. Stagger him. I'm going to go invis, because I don't like how much stuff is right there. Hit a shot or 2. Hit a dodge. I don't have Devour right now either. But I should get Devour by getting the final blow on this ogre. I don't know where the orb went. So we'll just have to try and get Devour right here. I'm going to go invis because I'm running into a Grim, and I know he could tinnitus me, which would prevent me from going invis. Playing a little risky if I do that. But I do have Devour now, so I'm a lot more stabilized. I'm always taking out the Grims before I'm taking out anything else. So we've got stop here now. Still stop over there. I'm trying to kill one of these Weavers so I can keep my Devour going. I'm going to butter up this Acolyte so I can get some free invis, because I need to dunk this wheel right here. It's already turning the right way, but I need 1 more stack. So we're going to throw a grenade, hit our dodge, get an invis cooldown back, and get that good old dunk off right there. We're going to smoke this wizard. I probably should have finished that wizard right there for the free invis cooldown, but it's fine. And we're going to keep on going. Trying to be diligent about keeping these wizards dead. You can get multiple of them to spawn right there, as you could see just happened to me. So now I'm feeling like we're in a good spot. I have my heightened knowledge. I'm going to dunk it here so that's on kill. Next time the bar fills up, we will start our DPS phase. Check again. That's on stop. We're good. Check again. That's not on stop, so we need to fix that. That's on stop, so we're good. Now we're safe there again. Hit a dodge. Finisher. Free invis. One fusion rifle into the wizard, that staggers it. Couple SMG shots to finish it off. You could go double fusion rifle if you wanted to, I suppose. We're going to get our 1 stack just in case any of the wheels change. So we're going to keep monitoring the wheels. That's still on stop, but it could change right here in a moment now as this one scans. Nope, looks like we're good. Still on stop there, still on stop there. Still on stop. Still on stop. This one changed. Let's fix it up. Probably gonna have some ads spawn soon. Feel like we haven't had them in a little bit. I always love to try and prioritize this middle pack if I can help it. Wizard first if we can. Hit a dodge to proc our Reaper. Let's try and get this Grim. There's our Devour. Try and get the other 2 Grims before DPS starts. Excellent. There's our DPS phase. Kill a couple of these Weavers on our way. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Let the anarchy do the work, baby. We're just chilling. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm half on health, so I don't want to try and get the other shots on the ones across the way. I just want to hide and get my health back. Because I'm not killing this phase, but I know I'm killing next phase. So I can take my time. Hiding in here. I do have a Weaver up right there. Oh, God. Okay. So now we're a little suspicious. We're going to kill that guy, dodge. Kill that guy. There's our Reaper. Butter this fella up. There's our finisher. So now we have Devour, 2 stacks of armor charge, and we have an Invis cooldown. The rest of the CPS phase is going to be nice. I am going to try and run around and find a heavy brick. I can't really get this heavy brick unless I run through all of these, so I'm just going to get a triple stack and just kind of dump it off at the beginning of the phase. But I really wanted that heavy brick because we have armor charge right now. Wanted to make the most out of it. And look at how much we have left on the DPS phase also. Okay, so we have ads spawning now. Let's get that tether out. I like putting it right there because not only does it smoke that pack, but the middle pack then likes to come and chase me over here. There's my Orb of Power for my Devour. Clean up all of these ads. We're going to get a Wizard right there soon. Let's clean up this Grim. There's our Wizard. We have our overflowing knowledge right now, so let's try and just dump it off. I'm going to dump it into... I have to be quick about this. So I'm going to dump it here into Commune. And then I'm going to go get another triple stack and dunk it in there again so I can so I can end up on stop. So let's butter this guy up, get our free invis. And my invis is actually going to run out, so I'm going to hit a dive. I don't know. Okay, that was interesting. It did the dunk even though it didn't do the animation. Cool. Free invis. You got to be careful with finishing the wizards, though, because it does almost guarantee that you will pick up their stack. So I love finishing the wizards if I have 0 stacks, or if I know I need more than 1 stack. However, I don't really like finishing them when I have only 1 stack and I don't really know what else I need. So I'm just kind of scanning the map right now, seeing what's up. I do see some Grims up. I have Devour, so I feel a little comfortable about pushing them a little bit more aggressively. And here we have Brain. We have our Heightened Knowledge, so we dunk. Now let's unstop. We're all set there. Hit our dodge for our cooldown. I really want this Grim dead, because he is one of the few things that can basically ruin my run. Wizard just spawned. Let's get a grenade up there. Vortex grenade will pull all of these enemies that love to stand up here on this platform together. Got a Wizard up. I really want it dead. The Wizards and the Grims are the biggest threats by far, in my opinion. The Ogres are also a gigantic threat, don't get me wrong, but you're kind of in control of when they spawn if you're playing it right. That's already on stop. What a blessing. So let's get a couple kills right there. Ooh, free invis. Thank you very much. And I'm actually... Okay, so that just changed. Where are we at now? So that's on Hive now. So we need to fix this for sure. Reverse the order. Before we go invis, I wanted to go invis there initially, but then I would have had to come out of invis to shoot the nut to reverse the order to get that dunk off. So I'm happy I kind of waited before I went invis right there. So we're stop on there. We got wizard spawning in mid. Let's get rid of her. If our aim is going to cooperate with us. That's on stop still. That's on stop still. Which means, I believe, we need 2 stacks to get kill. So we can get an early DPS phase here, actually. So that's on kill now. Let's get 1 more stack, just in case we get a symbol change here. So that's on stop. That's on stop. And this should be DPS. Kind of scanning the map a little bit to see if there's any heavy chilling. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Get that reload off. I saw heavy on that middle platform. If you run out of Anarchy, a strategy that I actually found kind of nice was swapping to Wither Horde, believe it or not. I see we have Brain on here. I kind of want to get a dunk off if I can. I'm going to try and get up to this Acolyte. Invis finisher. And I'm going to switch to Wither Horde now. Definitely a little risky. Here's the Tinnitus. That's how runs are wiped. But I think we're going to be okay. Wither Horde is kind of interesting here because you can just fire the Wither Horde, reload, and then fire it at another one. And as far as I can tell, you are indeed getting all the damage instances because you can see that the unit down underground that represents the boss's HP bar is getting all of those ticks. So yeah, it's a long fight. And I want to tell you right now, if you can get to this part of the dungeon, you can absolutely solo flawless this boss. If you can beat this, the final boss is not nearly as hard as this. So if you're at this point, you've got it. You can do it. In the transition area, I like to stick to the sorry, not the scatter signal. I like to switch to a rocket sidearm. It doesn't really matter. You can use whatever you want, but I like to go a little bit more long range with my weaponry, walking into this transition area. So we're going to go ahead and get this eyeball into... I don't know if there's a faster way to do this, by the way. To open the door to go to the next area, then bringing the eyeball all the way back here to the stairs and then shooting it up. Seems pretty fast, though. Make sure we hit it dead center. We good? That looks good to me. I don't know if there's a faster way to do that. I don't know if you can, like, I don't think you can hop this. I think those are there for a reason, but if anyone figures something out, let me know. I like staying on the Omni-Oculus setup, moving my way in just for the emergency invis on demand through the transition area. Once again, similar to the other transition areas, there's some scary places here. So, yeah, make sure you, I'd recommend watching just so I can show you how to deal with them perfectly. Yeah, I am going to the final boss at the current moment. Valorous, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub for 19 months, by the way, dude. Appreciate you a lot. As you run here, don't get baited by the white light. Turn right. Follow the red path. Keep on going. And boom. Hug the right side of this. Over here. And these enemies right here, you have to kill to progress. You can stick with the fusion rifle, by the way, if you would like to. I'm about to show you guys how insane the fusion rifle is for the final boss. Not just this scatter signal fusion rifle, but any fusion rifle. Oh, about to blow y'all's minds. Kill all those enemies. That's going to open this door. Honestly, if you want to be ultra, extra, super duper 100% safe, I suppose you could kill them. Let's see if we can... in the interest of time, I'm going to be a little ballsy here. Get that guy for a free invis. The safest bet would definitely be to, like, play super slow and plink away at all these enemies with the scout rifle, but I don't want to make y'all watch all that. So... be very careful here, because if you get, like, tinnitus here, and then you fall down, like, your run's over. And that would be an insanely bad way to go out. Alrighty. The way I always remember this area is, I just say, I always just do the worm one first, and I just say worm go left, because there's only one way the worm can go left. Let's get these 3 Grims out of the way. Pick up that lens right there, break that lens, hit a dodge, proc Reaper, thanks for the Devour. There is a wizard over here that does not respawn, so, like, might as well, right? Let's take her out before we worry about anything else. I honestly, for this area, kind of just do as I do. Hop up here. I like to rotate that one that way. Then we place this lens here. Wait. No. Did I say worm goes left? I lied. Worm goes right. I'm sorry. I baited. Worm goes right. Enter goes left. Oh, I just realized. That's a fun little Easter egg. It's enter worm. Because the final boss is like a worm. That's cute. This one turns up. What's shooting at me? Perfect. Then this one hits that. Don't get caught in the sunlight. Hurts. And then we go down. And then a couple of unnecessary turns that go directly into the wall. And then we're good. Now we'll deal with enter. Place this. Enter goes left. So we'll rotate it that way. Turn it on. If you want to, you could go Eager Edge Sword here and Grapple Grenade on Prismatic. It would definitely make it faster. Wouldn't be quite as safe, but you'd be okay. That one's already in the right position. So we're just gonna run over to this one. This one just needs to be pointed up. I'm gonna go invis just so these dudes stop shooting at me. Yep, let's put it right in my face. Perfect. And then it'll go right there. And then we put this one in the proper position. And then we're good. This area, you got a subjugator, so be a little cautious. You got a subjugator and a bunch of husks, which is a dangerous combo. So be vigilant here. Just gonna... Oh, got a little heavy. That's nice. Probably should have saved my tether for this part instead of using it on that wizard. Well, at least you learn from my mistake, I suppose. I like killing these 2 knights up top a lot. Another heavy brick. How about that? Like I said, this area is dangerous. Like, I could 100% see someone losing their solo flawless run here. So, like, please... I know it's not, like, an encounter, but, like, treat this area as respectfully as you would treat an encounter. Because, God, that would suck if you lost your flawless run right here on the way to the final boss. Not even at the final boss, on the way to the final boss. So we're going to kill that dude. And then, here's what I want to show you about the fusion rifle. Look at what one shot does to the door. You could theoretically make it through there very easily. I always like to do 2 bursts. I mean, look at how long that sucker's open. Fusion rifle for this area makes it impossible to die to that door. So, I like going invis here. Why not, right? Invis again, because there's going to be some Grims over here. Don't bonk your head on the Grims. And just like that, we're right at the final boss. Basically. So, for the final boss, I like going Prismatic Hunter. And I'm going to show you my loadout in just a second. But first, before I show you my loadout, I do want to show you a map for this room, similar to First Encounter, should you like to have it up. Let me increase the size of it a little bit there. This is where all the symbols are in this encounter, in terms of turning them on and off to start DPS phase. Take a picture if you want to have it up by your side while you're running this. This was made by DigiPhoenix, so shout out to them. Yeah, if you'd like. You'll probably, after a couple attempts, though, know them all by heart and exactly where all of them are. So, loadout for final boss is, like I said, going to be Prismatic Hunter. We're going Queen Breaker with its Catalyst. If you still need this, Private Match Crucible, I made a YouTube short about it. Just go to my YouTube shorts and look at that. You can get it in a couple seconds. Delete some of these weapons, but same weapons as before. Same Void Primary. Artifact mods are too good for it. Same Scatter Signal. It's insane for the tankier targets. My class item, once again, is Immos Light Surturacne. Don't necessarily need to have this. You can go just base Surturacne on your helmet if you would like. But we're also going to do a hot swap during this fight. And that hot swap is going to be very simple. You can do it on console. You don't need to be fast about the hot swap, but I'll show it to you in a bit. First things first, talk mods. Same thing, Siphon Loader, matching your weapon. Heavy Ammo Finder, Focusing Strike, Bolstering Detonation. I like a double Solar Resistance here. You could also go Solar Resistance and a Strand Resistance if you're very, very scared of the Strand Subjugator in the left side room. Arc Scavenger for the Queen Breaker. Absolution, Innervation, because we don't really... Normally, you might think, hey, don't we want to go Arc Weapon Surge? As a hunter, we don't really have a lot of ways to make orbs right before DPS phase, especially considering the room turns into an oven. Not a lot of time to wander around. Reaper, back to Powerful Attraction, because there's no downside of having it here now. And Bomber. Now, subclass, Golden Gun. I love Threaded Spike here. I should have Grapple Grenade on, I apologize. So I go Threaded Spike, Grapple Grenade. The reason I have Grapple is because I have had a few runs where I had a close call, and I even had one run where I wiped. On my way to DPS, the spot I like to go for DPS, which I'll show you guys, is super safe. I had one run where the boss was in a weird spot. They suspended me on my way to DPS. I got cooked by the oven and my run was over. Grapple Grenade makes it impossible for that to happen. Previously, I ran Dustfield, but I just Grapple completely makes it so that wiping in that fashion is impossible. Stylish Winter Shroud, same as before. Same fragments as before. Protection, Dawn, Solitude, Courage, Purpose. I'm going to show you my exact DPS rotation to get this done in 4 phases, if the boss cooperates with you. Sometimes the boss is a bit of a weenie, likes to play cover, likes to hide around, likes to not be very cash money, so you might be in for a 5 or 6 phase. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Solo Flawless is Solo Flawless. Doesn't matter how many phases you take. So, my loadout swap, the only changes that I make is when I go to DPS phase, I take off my exotic class item and throw on a Nighthawk, and I turn my Threaded Spike into a Withering Blade. You'll see why when we get to DPS phase, but let me just show you how to beat this sucker. It's very safe spots where you can do it in, so I'll show you. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. So, Rally to the Flag. I always like to start every single phase by coming over to right side. So we'll go right side. I think I missed, by the way. Come over to right side. I love killing this dude instantly. I throw my Threaded Spike at him, which severs him, which means that he does 50% less damage. Smoke him with the fusion rifle. He's dead. Now, I'll check to see if the bat is here, which it looks like it sort of is. He saw what I did to his lieutenant, and he was like, ugh, yo, guys, maybe I don't want to go out there, to be honest. Where did the bat go? I'm not even kidding. I guess while I'm waiting for the bat to show up, I'll start taking out some of these strand things. Whenever I kill them, I like to run away as far as I can, away from those threadlings, let them time out. You don't have to clear out these while you're in here. If I kill one of the attendants and I'm in here, I'm like, might as well clear some of them out. You can wait until you know which symbols you're turning on and off before you start clearing them out, because you're never going to have to clear all of them out. Just make sure you know which ones you're clearing and you're always on the move so you don't get killed by the threadlings. Does anyone have any idea where this bat went? Oh, I guess he died. Traveler. So, in the situation where I have... Even in the situation where I have the bat, first in the right side room. I still like to immediately go to left side room. Or no, sorry, I'm out of my mind. Sorry. When I have the bat in the right side room first, I like to go read the story and figure out what symbols I'm going to turn on and off before I go to left side room. I got that completely backwards. So I like to slide down here. This is why I love the threaded spike. Just chuck the threaded spike. It kills one of the acolytes, proc stylish executioner. So we had Traveler. So while I'm invis, I'm going to go up here. Okay, we need Traveler and Guardian off. So I'm going to come down here and type that. Trav Guardian off. And then I'm going to get invis again before I go up and read again. Couple kills on the Thrall gives me a volatile. And then I need Witch Queen on. So I always like typing it in chat. You can write it down on a piece of paper if you want. Kill that Blistered Knight so he doesn't bug us during DPS phase. So I know off the top of my head that Traveler and Guardian are both on the left side room and Witch Queen is on the right side of the room. So I always like doing the left side room symbols first. And the reason I like doing the left side room symbols first, let me hit that right there, is because 2 fusion rifle shots always into the door. I love using my Goldie to just smoke this dude. Because I don't mess with him. He's scary. If he suspends me and all the husk skin on me, ugh, bad situation. So I need Traveler and Guardian. I just know off the top of my head that's this one and that one, so I just kind of already know which ones to clear. Got Unwritten Empowerment, so we'll clear out a couple of them. And then I'm going to get away, use the Tangle for a free grapple. Get out of the way, let the Threadlings kind of go away. Always trying to debuff stuff so I get invis when I kill it. Boom, boom, boom. And so now, check my chat again. We needed Traveler and Guardian off. So I'm going to point this. I don't need eyes on, so I'm just going to point it into the wall. So it's pointing on eyes. Maybe it's inconsequential that it's on eyes. I don't know. But I always just like to rotate it just to be safe so it's not on anything if I know that that symbol doesn't need to be on. Similar to like right here, one of the rotations here is going to take it on the pyramid. I like just putting it in the wall just to be safe. You never know. I refuse to go back into the main arena unless I have my threaded spike available. And the reason for that is because the way I like to go back into the main arena is I like to do 1 fusion rifle shot, 2 fusion rifle shot. There's always some acolytes and the boss waiting for you when you get back in here. So you chuck the threaded spike, boom, you're invis, you're chilling. So, let's get invis again. Thanks for the volatile rounds. The Thrall make for very easy volatile rounds. I'm actually not invis, but I think I'm okay. I'm going to risk it. We're going to path over here. When you come in here, typically the attendants love to just chill right here or in the back of the room. Or I guess right there. That's the first time I've ever seen them there. So I guess they just love to make me look like a dum-dum. We're going to come over here. I always like to go invis before I start caring about the wheels, which is very easy with a void weapon, because kill 3 enemies and then you get volatile rounds, kill the 4th, then you're good. Witch Queen on, we're ready for DPS, but Mac, I used my Goldie on that strand, dude. 1 sec before we go to the next room. Give me my threaded spike back so I can throw it at them for instant invis. But Mac, I used my Goldie on that strand, dude. I don't have it back. This basement is so unfathomably safe. The boss doesn't come down here. You can just sit down here and farm the attendants and the Thrall until you have your super back. This is also where I love to do my loadout swaps. So I'll get invis real quick. Boom, boom. And you can have this set up in an actual loadout if you want to, instead of manually doing each piece like me. It's probably stupid that I'm doing it like that, but whatever. Now I'm ready for DPS phase. I like having a shuriken ready to go before I go into DPS phase, so I'm hitting that dodge, so I have a shuriken ready. And then I want fresh invis before I go up. So there's my fresh invis. I'm going to jump up. I'm going to activate the wheel. And then right when I activate the wheel, this is why Grapple Grenade is peak for this. This is the spot you want to be in. Hang out right here. Safe as can be. Dust off some of the acolytes. I like to stare at the... Oh, sometimes if you don't kill one of the knights, they'll push you. Easy peasy, just like that. Right when his shield goes down, that's when I peek. I like to throw my first shuriken. Boom, there's my Facet of Dawn. Now I'm radiant for 4 seconds. These shots hit a lot harder. Then he's going to roam around. I like to hit the reload. I like to transcend, shuriken, Goldie, right in the face. The reason I do the shuriken first is because the Facet of Courage is going to increase the damage to Goldie by 10%. We're transcendent, so we're always getting our shurikens back. We throw our grenade, because dealing grenade damage is going to give us a bonus melee refund energy. Shuriken, grenade. Like I said, sometimes the boss plays nice and just sits in front of you. Sometimes he runs away like a weirdo. Sometimes I'll try and get a little bit of extra DPS right here. If my HP bar is at 50%, though, I don't go for it. When my HP bar is at 50%, that is like when I'm like, okay, I'm in my hiding spot, I'm on top of the pots. Play it safe. It's a pretty solid DPS phase. Boss played pretty nice during that DPS phase, though, to be honest. So he doesn't always play that nice. Right after the DPS phase, while we're chilling. Honestly, you probably shouldn't do your loadout swaps. If I'm being honest, while you're sitting on those pots. It's safe 99% of the time, but there is a chance that, like, I don't know, maybe an Acolyte throws a grenade on you and you're already weak and then you die. Best strategy would be to go down to the basement, kill a couple Thrall for volatile rounds, go invisible, and do your loadout swap back the same way that you did it initially in preparation for the DPS phase. Do as I say, not as I do. Or you can do as I do. It's up to you. Now, you might be asking yourself, Mac, why are you using Lord of Wolves, by the way? Isn't Lord of Wolves insane? You can try Lord of Wolves if you want. I've actually never tried it with Lord of Wolves. The reason I haven't tried it with Lord of Wolves is because my focus is always making these guides, and I know Lord of Wolves is bugged right now to be dealing way more damage than it should be, which means that it's going to get patched eventually. So I'm not really interested in testing weapons and making a guide with weapons that I know are going to eventually get patched, because then when they get patched, you guys need a new guide. So that's why I'm not doing Lord of Wolves. That's why I'm doing Queensbreaker. Because Queensbreaker is not bugged. It might get nerfed eventually, sure, but it's bugged things typically get patched way more quickly than not bugged things get nerfed, if that makes sense. Currently, we have Hive Eyes. I have my Unwritten Empowerment, so let's go ahead and hit that. I have my Threaded Spike, so I'm safe to walk back in this room, because I can just hit one of those. And we're going to read the story. So I see we need Dark off and Kill Guardian on. So let's get our Invis. Dark off, Kill Guardian on. And I know Kill is in this main room. I know Dark is in the right side room, and I know Guardian's in the left side room. So first thing I'm going to do is go left side room. I want Invis before I go in there. First thing I'm going to do is go left side room once again, because I want to use my Goldie to kill this guy. Earlier I do that, more time we have for it to just passively recharge. Hate him. I hate him so much. If he is about to get the suspension off, you can hide behind one of these bricks, these cubes right here, and you'll be good. But, yeah. So we needed Guardian. Guardian's going to be right here. So I'm going to smoke all these things. I'm not going to bother killing the other ones because we don't need to rotate any of the lights. And I'm not really in the interest of making extra threadlings if I don't need to. And Guardian wasn't on, so we're going to rotate that. Boom, we're done in this room. I have my Threaded Spike ready to go, which means I'm comfortable re-entering. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. There's my Acolytes. Catch that sucker. And then, I'm in here already, so I might as well try and get Kill. Or what I can do is, here's an interesting little strategy for you. I'm going to show you something a little neat. So we'll kill this dude to get our buff so we can shoot him. And then I can shoot some of these. I can do like a little drive-by, and then I can go ahead and sprint into this room to get away from the threadlings. Looks like they kind of still chase you in, so heads up, but do a little drive-by, you know? Nice and easy. So I need Dark off. Which means I do need my Unwritten. I can actually turn Dark off one of two ways here. I can hit that bean to put a barrier in front of it. Or I can simply just rotate this light. Two options to turn off dark. We're gonna kill that guy, kill that guy. Really want my invis on my way back in. Should have volatile rounds right now. There's the invis. And we're gonna throw our threaded spike. And we need to do our kill. So we're gonna actually stay out here, rotate this. Boom, there's our kill. Throw another threaded spike. And that's looking good for DPS, but we still don't have our super. So we're just gonna chill down here and farm enemies until we do. And we can also hit our loadout swaps while we're down here. While we're farming for our super energy. Seriously, only do what I'm doing where you're actually doing it one by one if you're insanely fast with your swaps. Like, please, like, just do loadout setups. I'm being a moron. Only do it if you're as fast as I am doing it. Otherwise, you run the risk of, like, a bunch of thrall being clumped up on you and then you die while you're doing your loadout swap. You could also do it, honestly, you could also do it while you're sitting on the pots back there, waiting while the oven's on, waiting for the boss's shield to come down. The only reason I don't love doing that is because if there is a knight up and they push me, I want to kill them before the DPS phase starts. I don't want them hitting me, but you know, it's kind of your choice. So we're gonna head on up here. I see that knight right there, so I know he's gonna push me. I under no circumstance will I ever, though, try and sit around and try and kill him. You do not have that much time to get back here. Prioritize getting back here. Please. Like, he will push you. Sometimes he'll do it slower than other times, but he will push you. So just get back here. So I'm going to throw the shuriken. I always aim for, you can see, like, his head has, like, a little white crown on it. I always try to aim for that. So right here, as long as you hug back, most of the time you do not get hit by, his full. Oh, I completely missed that Goldie. That's embarrassing. But, you know, it's just how it goes sometimes. So I like to hang back right here. If you do get pulled, you're still pretty much okay. Sometimes I'll try to hit a dodge to get out of it. Oh, this was a 4 phase if I land that Goldie. I'm so bad. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna do my loadout swap. Once again, probably safer to go downstairs, but like 99% of the time you're gonna be good right there. 99.9, in fact, I would reckon. Honestly, it might still be 4 phaseable. It depends. I'm trying to think. Oh, I really want to get a phase where I have the bat in the other room to start. I've actually gotten really lucky with the bat being in this room every time. However, it looks like my dream will come true. And I can show you guys what to do when the bat's in this room. There's so much heavy, by the way, dropping all the time. You literally never have to worry about heavy. Like I said, I don't like going into the other room unless I have my threaded spike. So I am going to dodge next to that guy to get my threaded spike. Now here's a situation where I don't have Goldie. You don't have to have Goldie to go into this room. Honestly, if you want to be extra safe, you should probably not go in this room and go into the basement and farm up your Goldie before coming in here. But, like, here's how you would play it, I suppose, if you don't have your Goldie. Do not, for step 1, don't get in melee range of him. I just kind of like to orbit the room, if that makes sense. Get him finishable. Guardian. So now that we have Guardian, so step 1, before I even think about going and looking at the story, I'm going to come over here and be like, is Guardian lit up? Because I know Guardian's in this room. It's not, and I know it's not supposed to be lit up. So I'm not going to bother clearing this out yet. I might have to still come back and clear it out because we might need Witch Queen lit up, but I'm not going to do it yet. If Guardian was lit up, though, I would have cleared it right there. So we need Praise off and Stop and Light on. So this is actually not half. This is actually a very generous phase. Funny enough, because Stop is actually down here. So let's go ahead and take care of that because we're already here. So there's our buff. Here it's a little more difficult to dodge the threadling, so I do just try and like kill most of them as I'm backing up. If you go invis too, they'll just kind of ignore you. I'm also going to try, now that I have a buff, boss is kind of right there. Sometimes I like trying to get the buff from the dudes down here and like hopping up and shooting some of those. If I can. But I don't want to do it when the boss is right in my face. I know worship involves this one, so that's why I'm kind of coming over here. Terrible grapple. I'm going to try and get my volatile rounds going. Kill this attendant. And I'm going to do that drive-by that I did last time, because I know I have to go to this room anyway, where I kind of tag this, and then right after I tag it, I'm out of here, so I don't have to worry about running back across the arena. I don't love that I don't have any abilities and nothing debuffs, so I'm going to dodge next to that guy to slow him with Winter Shroud. And then we needed, was it lights? Anyone watching the stream, do you remember what symbols I had? I kind of forget. I don't think I typed them. I think I needed light off, right? No, light's not even on, so that doesn't even make sense. Was it dark that I needed? Okay, you know what? We're kind of trolling a little bit. Light stop on. And worship off. I never even typed it. So I'm back down here now. Might as well do stop. Always type it. So stop is on, so we're good to go right there. And now I'm going to try and get invis so I can get worship situated. So we'll head on up over here. I'm going to hit a dodge next to this acolyte, so I slow him, kill him, refresh my invis. Don't pull me, please. Thank you. And then we'll rotate this. Boom, we're good to go right there. I actually wouldn't mind killing this knight. I am in a really dangerous position right there, though, because I'm backed up into a corner, so I'm not going to, like, stay there too long to try and kill that knight, because when this lowers, all these guys can see me. So I didn't want to be, like, too aggressive there. Ooh, supposed to be hitting these, aren't I? Did I get all of them? Oh, cool. Not bad for realizing with 1 second left on the buff. And then we need light on. So to get light on, kill a couple of these guys. Let me get my invis. Rotate this light, so we're on there. Should ping pong into light. Boom. Should be good for DPS. Slide down here. The usual credits. There's always going to be acolytes waiting there for you. It's really nice. Let me check just to make sure the other symbols I had were good. Yep, those are all off. The other ones are all on. So let me get my volatile so I can get my swaps. There's my swaps. Boom, boom, boom. And then there's our next instance of invis. We're going to hit a little dodge so we get our shuriken back so we can get radiant off the rip. It's a little spooky in terms of invis timers and whatnot. The grapple grenade makes everything a lot safer right there. Sometimes the acolytes will throw a grenade on you. I just kind of like jump in the air. I see the shadow of the knight right there. Reload this sucker. And we're going to chill right here. You don't have to be on those pots, by the way. I just like standing on them because I like to be far back in the corner as I can. So when the boss starts running and I don't have a simple of an angle on him, that's when I really like to reload and pop my Transcendence, because I don't really want to be shooting at him anyway, because I don't have easy shots that I can land on him. When he puts his hand up and I know he's going to start doing the pull, that's when I really like to back up like I do. Oh, accidentally grappled him. And once again, like I said, he's actually standing in very favorable positions. Sometimes he goes back to like mid-left and you have to stand in the oven a little bit to keep hitting him. But he's been in very favorable positions for me. Maybe he knows I'm making a guide video and he wants to help me make it just like look really, really nice. Oh, if I could 4-phase this and make the video that much shorter, that would be so nice. Oh, we'll see. I want to dodge next to this guy. Unfortunately, I wasn't close enough to him to tag him with my slow from Winter Shroud, so I'm not going to go Invis from killing him, but it's okay. Let the fusion rifle put in work. I somehow accidentally killed the bat, so I know it's Pyramid off the rip. I know Pyramid's on the left side, so I know we're going to have to deal with left side at some point. There's my Invis. I don't want to go over there without my melee, though. So let me hit this. And what I'm going to do right now, since I don't have Goldie, instead of going over there right away, I'm actually going to look at the story. So I know I need Pyramid off, and I know I need Drink and Witness on. So I'm going to come down here, because I can get my super in preparation for the other side anyway. Drink, Witness on, while I type out what I need. I can also kill this Knight, so he's not messing with me pre-DPS phase. And then boom, I have my super, and now it just makes it that much easier to kill that Subjugator. I do want to dodge next to him, so I have my Threaded Spike. Always shoot the face of the door, by the way. If you shoot the sides of the door, it doesn't actually work. Oh, no! Not cool, buddy. Although, I think being in super, I broke out of the suspend significantly more quickly, so that was kind of nice, I suppose. Okay, so I know I know we need Pyramid off, which I know is going to be this one. And I'm going to get as far away from those Threadlings as I can. Kill that Husk. Pyramid off, Drink Witness. I know Witness is right here. So, oh, my Threaded Spike tracked to the Threadlings. That's fun. So first things first, let's get it off Pyramid. Now it's on Traveler, though. I don't want it on Traveler just in case. I just want it pointing at nothing, because I know what I need on and what I don't. Any symbol that's not a part of the equation, I just like to leave off, because no point in leaving it on. And Witness we need on, so that's just hitting that bad boy right there. Then the thing lifts up, and then boom, we're good. I refuse to go to the other room unless I have my Threaded Spike. So we're going to dodge, get our Threaded Spike. And now we need to turn on Drink, which is also going to be this room. This one's a little tricky, though, so I want my Invis before I even think about doing it. It's right here. So I'm going to slow that guy. There's my Invis. Invis is going to make this infinitely easier to do. Hit that one, and then I don't really want to stay out here hanging out while the Threadlings run around, so I'm going to make sure I kill these Threadlings. Then I'll hit a rotate. We're on Drink. Perfect. Now we should be good for DPS. Hit that guy, unravel him. Did that kill him? Looks like it did. Now I'll hang down here to get my super. And I need everyone in my live stream chat to make a prediction right now. I need you to type number 1 in chat if you think I'm killing on this phase. Type number 2 if you think we're gonna have to do another phase. I really hope we don't have to do another phase. A lot of 1s. I hope you guys are right. I mean, I think it's doable. I think he's below a quarter. It definitely depends, like, how behaved he is, though. Alrighty, so Invis from the volatile rounds right there. Boom, DPS phase time. Fly on in. Kill any of the enemies that are chilling right here. Acolyte tried to throw a grenade at me, not very cool. Looks like a Knight is trying to push me. I can't tell though. No, it shouldn't be. I think I killed all of them. Boom. The shots are on right now. Oh, what did I just do? I accidentally fat-fingered my mouse. Oh yeah, sometimes Grims spawn, by the way, like in the final DPS phase. I don't, not final DPS phase, but like once you get into a certain HP, I have no idea why. Why is he not pushing me? Oh, it's gonna be tight. So this is a situation where I'm having to peek and take oven damage to hit him. Oh, as much as I would love to try and greed that and smoke him, in a solo flawless situation, it's just so not worth it. Just play it smart. In a solo flawless situation, is not worth it. I know, I'm bad, I'm trash. Don't gotta tell me. I'm gonna kill these acolytes so I have volatile rounds on. Another thing you can do too is you can use the Queen Breaker to kill these omens. Especially if you have like stupid amount of heavy like I do. No bird this time. Unlucky. So we'll have to go to the other side. No. I'm gonna run down here real quick. Okay, do I want to make this video about 45 seconds shorter by just going in and trying to kill the subjugator without Goldie, potentially ruining the video and dying? Or do I just get my Goldie? I think I just get my Goldie. Why risk it, right? Boss is chilling right there. One fusion rifle shot, two fusion rifle shot. That should bounce off the Grim and hit the subjugator. Yeah, you're not hitting me with that again, dude. Okay, we got Pyramid. Pyramid is in here. It's already off, so I know I am not going to have to do anything regarding that right now. But I'm going to take out some of these things, because why not? 1, 2. Oh. Accidentally messed up my melee. Okay, so I need Worm off, Eyes on. That is extremely generous. Worm is on the right side. And Eyes is on the left side. They want to see me win. Thanks, Spongy. Okay, so I'm just kind of chilling, letting the Threadlings run and time out, because I definitely do not want to, like, die to them stupidly. Invis before I rotate. That is perfect. And then it was Eyes on, right? Let me dodge to get the threaded spike so I can safely cross. Slide on down here. Get those suckers. There's no way it's just 2, right? It is just 2. That Husk is not having a good day. Hit my dodge just so I can slow him. What was... Did I just mantle the Husk's thing? What? Yeah, okay. So Eyes on. Already have my threaded spike, so I'm chilling. That looks good to me. Not only do I have to get my loadout swaps, but I also have to get the rest of my Goldie for the boss kill. So I hit one of those, hit one of those. If I don't kill the boss in this phase, dude, just unsubscribe from my YouTube channel. Don't come to my Twitch stream. Don't follow me on Twitch. Don't sub to me on Twitch. Don't just unsub to me. Like, if I, like, there's no way, right? There's no way. I will greet it. I don't care. If the oven turns on, I will run up and start meleeing him. Will do it. I got a knight up, so I got to keep that in mind, because he is going to push me at the start of the DPS phase. Oh! Look at that volatile go. Is the knight just not going to push me, I suppose? Okay. The Grims are back. Hooray! I was going to say, dude, if I miss that Goldie and then I get Tinnitus by a Grim and then it's just... Don't die! Listen, before you get mission complete and you actually get the triumph, you get, there's like a lot of dialogue that goes on. So like take your hands off, like, I mean, not that you're using anything explosive that could theoretically kill you, but like, don't, just play it safe, okay? Play it safe. Like the video if you found it helpful, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this. As things get patched, I will make a more like official, Solo Flawless guide for Hunter, Titan, and Warlock in the fashion that I traditionally do, where I just go over the loadouts and I only show one phase. But I know some of you want to start Solo Flawlessing right away, so I wanted to make this like more long-firm, 100% comprehensive video, despite there being a couple bugs here and there, right out of the gate. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, I really do appreciate you guys watching all my videos. I mean, gave me my dream job. Appreciate you guys. Hope to keep helping y'all out with the guides and the build videos. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.